Hey everybody, Logan here. Finally, it came in. A couple days ago, give or take, I did a video covering the world's smallest Nintendo Switch controller. And yeah, it's from 8BitDo. That is the 8BitDo Micro. When I covered that, I also compared it to its previous model, which is, that's the charge cable for it. Smallest charge cable in the world. The 02. So until then, this was the smallest Nintendo Switch controller. The only thing is, this doesn't have all the features this one does, so I'm guessing the Micro is the advanced version. So we're going to open this up. This came in two colors, blue and the green. I decided to get it in blue because it matches my Switch. Well, sort of. It's a little lighter, but it matched my Switch Lite. That's what we're going to test it with and play some Super Nintendo and some Nintendo and just see how well it works. Hopefully it's worth it. I'm actually hoping it's a little better than this one. This isn't bad, but I'm hoping this one's still better. There we go. It's tiny. Usually I have a problem fitting everything in scene. Not this time. 8BitDo Micro. Compatible with Switch, Android, keyboard mode, and yeah, contents micro, a USB cable, manual. So apparently this works on keyboard mode with, I think it showed, I want to say it was Photoshop Express, but remember, we're a console gaming channel, mainly focusing on Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo consoles. So we're going to connect this with the Switch because this is completely, it was like, hey, this is for the Switch. So this was mainly directed and advertised for the Switch. So we're going to try that. We're going to, yeah, see? Oh, and Raspberry Pi, that's the other one. But I don't do emulation. I'm not that kind of a guy. So we are going to open this up. Yeah, I'm not into those Raspberry Pi or those emulation boxes. I'll do it through Nintendo's platform or Sony's or Xbox. But that's about it. But this, I wanted to have with me for the smallest and be able to take it with me. Okay, I do like this better. It's got the same little, that is tiny. And again, the ultra tiny charge cable. Oh, so it does have a little bit of charge. Now I do like the fact that it is matte. So if you look at it, look how tiny that is. Okay. You've got the light, there you go, minus, plus, the star, that's basically home and capture. Y, B, A, X, you got your D-pad. Let's take this out. Now, if you look at it here, we got L2, L, L2, R, R2. It's type C. Very tiny. I like that it's a matte finish. I wish it was a little darker. I do like the fact that it has this. So it has your SDK mode, Switch. Let's see what each one stands for. Okay, that's not in English. Mode switch. Okay, so each one, D, Bluetooth is S, for Switch, Android is D, and keyboard mode is K. So there you go. There's your little info on that. So let's put this through right there. This is your wrist strap because God forbid this thing goes flying or if you drop it. It is really tiny. Really tiny. Very similar to this. Now, this is the 0. it's roughly the same size, but this one's rounded, this one's squared. I guess it can give you the illusion that this one's bigger, but it's just squared. It's actually the same size. The 0, 2 doesn't have the L2 and the R2. Also only has start and select. It doesn't have the buttons that 8BitDo is known for now, the star and the heart, which again for the Switch would be your home and your capture button. So that's going to be your sync button. All right, so let's pull out the Switch and dock it and connect it. Here we go. Set up my Switch Lite. Now I know this is a little weird. It looks like it's on a little Nintendo 64. This is actually the Hyperkin Switch dock, but I don't have a case or anything that can act as a kickstand for the Switch Lite. Now, when I bought this, I was thinking this would be the closest to this blue. It is not. So I could have gotten the green, but hey, c'est la vie, is what it is, right? But I got the blue because I have the blue Switch. So what we're gonna do just like any Switch, wait. The little difference is here, unlike the regular Switch, when you dock it, you don't have the option to do a wired controller. From my understanding, there are adapters where you can plug it into here, but it's recommended to use wireless, which is completely fine. So you've got that right there. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. Just like any Switch, this is going to be your indicator light. You press this, you hit one of these face buttons to turn on the light. Hold this one, it'll flash. Then hit the shoulder buttons and then it'll come up. As you can see, it comes up as a Pro controller, which is pretty much what it's supposed to be. This is really tiny. So depending on the game you're going to be playing, it's really not meant for long hours of play. But say you're on an airplane, say you're in a hotel room and you put this on your nightstand or something, and you can use this if you don't want to hold the entire thing and it just takes up less space. You don't have to worry about your wrists or your fingers getting tired. I know it sounds trivial, but there are a lot of people, after playing so long, this can tend to get a little heavy. That's why they go with this one over the regular Switch or the Switch OLED. And this takes off even more stress from holding it, depending on the game you're playing. So let's go back. Super Nintendo. I didn't start anything. Feels nice. I always do Mario. Let's do DK Donkey Kong. Now, those are going to be for your menus. Remember that. This one didn't have that. Sorry, it didn't have those buttons. So trying to play these games here made it a bit of a pain because you were missing buttons. So you'd have to go in with the console, set it up, then start using this. This is a big reason I didn't use it quite often. So we're going to... Oh, that's right, it's on my other Switch. '94, I remember that. I got this game when it came out. Raise your hand if you got it when it came out. I did. People want to know how old I was when it came out in '94? I was 11. Kong's Banana Horde. It's empty. The D-pad is a little small, but what do you expect with a small controller? That muscle memory is not as good as I thought it was. We have to beat the first level. Of course, we can't just start the level and not finish it, right? One of the best soundtracks in any game, I'll tell you what. The controller feels fantastic. Just playing it, just holding it, is actually not bad. If you have smaller hands, yes, it will be more comfortable. So that's going to be your home button. That's going to be your screenshot button. Let us pull up, yeah, Nintendo 64 game is going to be almost impossible to play. Let us try a Game Boy game. Why not? Because you're not going to be able to use all the face buttons because the Game Boy did not use them. Who else had a Game Boy? Raise your hand. Okay, yeah. I'm old. I'm pretty sure those of you who can do math, which you'd be surprised how many people can't math the maths. That D-pad is a little tiny for this because I can already tell you I have an issue where I want to press the right and I'm pressing that. I knew something like this was going to happen because of my hands. They're not the tiniest of hands. I have pretty decent sized hands here. But I think this is a great controller. It's definitely a novelty. Definitely a novelty. Something cool to have, slip in your pocket, take it with you. Like I said, you can use it with Android as well. So if you have retro style games on your Android phone, you can connect it that way via Bluetooth, and you can also connect it to a, I guess that would be an Android tablet. Yeah, it doesn't say, but yes, I'm pretty sure it would just be an Android tablet, and you can use it in keyboard mode, which is pretty nifty. I don't have one currently. I only have Windows tablets. I have the Surface, so I couldn't even test it if I wanted it to. But it works fantastic with the Switch. I just wish the blue was a little closer to the Switch blue. And yes, if you're wondering, those are stick caps, I guess you can call them. I buy Skull & Co, I think is what they are. Skull & Co. Yeah, I have those on pretty much all my controllers. If you want to see, got them on everything. So, yep. I won't be putting them on here. Why? There's no sticks. Okay, gone on long enough. This is a fantastic little controller. Again, it's a novelty controller. It can still be used. You want to use it for things like this. You want to use it for your Android. That is fine. You can still set it up. You know what these would be cool with? If you have your big Switch, your Switch OLED or your OG Switch, connected to your TV and everybody wants to play Super Nintendo game together. Which I don't... Is there any 4-player Super Nintendo games? Let's go back. And even so, certain ones require the... I don't know why you keep doing that. The multi-tap. And there weren't any here that required the multi-tap. Otherwise, you can't do anything else. Mario Kart was still 2 players. Punch-Out was 2. All these were 2. All of these were 2, weren't they? Yeah. Well, you can do this. If you're playing any of the modern retro beat 'em ups, they don't require the stick. So you can go back to pretending you're in the 90s with this, and you can use that, or you can use the Super Nintendo controller that they sold through Nintendo Switch Online, or you can use 8BitDo's SN30, SN30 Pro, SN30 Pro Plus, SN30 Plus, all of those. You can use all those. Pretend like you're having a good old retro time if you guys don't have your NES or Super NES, but this is a cool little controller. I like the way it looks. It's not uncomfortable. And I do like the fact that it's matte. I like their new designs better than their old ones. This is not bad. I don't think it has the date on these. I think I got this in 2019, I want to say. 2019, 2020. So that's the 02, that's the older one. As you can see, the USB ports are different. This is more modern, this is updatable, it's got all the extra buttons. I think this is a fancy little controller. I enjoy it, I like it. Who knows, I might throw it in my bag when I travel and take it with me. What the heck, why not? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions about this beautiful little doohickey that I do like, drop it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. Like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.